My father left when I was quite young, well, 12. And so, and he moved to the United States, and we had literally no contact with him for almost the rest of our lives, other than maybe once every couple of years for half an hour or something. So it was very destabilizing. And my mother went into a depression that never left. So we kind of raised ourselves, which is unbelievable. And it was also very financially stressful because there was no financial support at all. So most of my life has been very driven by fear of not having enough money. And so I ended up going into a business career thinking, well, maybe that's a way to make
Right.
money. But it wasn't. It was too stressful, and everything I did was based on, will this make money? And I don't even really actually care about money. That's what's so funny. So I said,
Security.
it's security. I've always had a business career, marketing, international business, and but I was not right for corporate. I'm too sensitive, and I'm too caring, and business is not sensitive or caring. So I never could get my juice. It was just, I always felt out of place. So when I started, when my sister got sick with cancer, I thought, forget it. I'm just going to focus on her, forget the career. I don't care anymore. Let's just help her get well. And I can go into that story, what happened. And I'll tell you, it was so freeing because she was now my purpose. And the whole business thing and money thing was just completely disappeared. But what happened was, as I dug into it and tried to and learned things to help her with plant-based nutrition and then ultimate algae, I had to read all these science papers. I've read about 3,000 of them, but I thought, this is crazy. I have no science background, but I was determined to learn what was going on. And I thought, this is so weird. Why am I so passionate about science? It's turned out I'm a science geek. I love science. And in fact, you're the first person I'll tell this to. But some places won't let me speak, even though I've written incredibly detailed analysis about mitochondria health and algae. So they wouldn't let me speak because I didn't have an MD or a PhD. Right. So I thought, okay, I'll get one. So I've been studying, and I just finished my exams, and I finished all my coursework. And yesterday I got the email that I passed.
Come on.
And I now have a PhD in natural health. She completely healed, and we celebrate every year her being cancer-free. So it was a happy ending for both of us. But it was so God bless you. Yeah. And people just think things are impossible, and this is the other thing. The other thing that kept me unrooted, so to speak, is like, what if I'm wrong? I kept thinking, what if I'm wrong? I'm spending all this time to try to help people, but what if I'm wrong? And I flipped it, and I found that, what if I'm right? What if I'm right? And Columbus, found out the Earth wasn't flat. He took a shot, he took a chance, and he was right. So anyway, so that was very uprooting for me to think that I couldn't do something like this. And I'm doing it for other people. I want to be able to explain to them and have them trust me that I've done my homework and I'm not just making stuff up. I will say that, running a company, and I kept saying, I started the company when I was 52. I kept saying this is age inappropriate. Like, there is a reason why 20-year-olds usually start companies, because it's a lot of work and very stressful. And I didn't want to take investors because I knew they wouldn't understand, and they're impatient, and I was not going to cheat the world or my path. And I just knew it was going to take a long time, but it was very stressful and financially very risky. And so for a while, I think my whole hormonal system was off and my sleep was off because I was just so stressed because I didn't want to give in to taking investor money. But people are starting to see that I'm telling the truth, that the science is there, and I've redesigned the packaging like 6 times, and we've hired. I now have a team. I mean, I was by myself for the first 5 years, so things are starting to really settle in, and I'm feeling comfortable. And my health was never bad, but it was I was stressed. There's no question. I'm sure my cortisol was off the charts. I'm 68.
Come on.
Yeah, so I'm 2 years away from 70, okay? And in my age group, people are usually on 5 medications, have 2 or 3 chronic diseases, take like 20 supplements. I take no supplements except algae. I'm on no medications. My brain works. My sleep is great. My poop is great.
Your energy is
my energy is great. I just finished a PhD at the age of 68. Who does that, right?
Yeah.
So
Catherine.
I'm the poster child. Like, I want people to know this is possible. And what I also want to reemphasize or emphasize is it's effortless.
Yeah.
You don't have to, if you want to, this really up levels all biohacks, whether it's red light, sauna, cryotherapy, hyperbaric chambers. It improves everything, but you don't need those. And you have to go somewhere unless you're lucky enough to be able to buy them at home. This is something you can do effortlessly. If you can swallow water, take 10 tablets a day, take 30 if you have a health condition you want to reverse, although usually after you take 30 you feel so great you might want to keep taking them. But even 10 tablets a day work out to $1 a day when you buy the large bag, and we have a discount code. $1 a day to save, protect, or regain your health. I'd say that's worth it.
Catherine, you're stunning too. Like, you're radiating. Your skin is glowing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I have no wrinkles. It's crazy. It freaked me out for a while. I thought, like, because I'm watching all my friends get older and decrepit and wrinkled, and it's like, I'm like Benjamin Button. I'm like getting younger every year.
Incredible.
And this is all my hair. There's no extensions here. I don't use Botox, so everything moves.
How long have you been taking algae then?
15 years? Well, 14,
15 years.
almost 15 years, since I started. Yeah, I had some biomarker tests done recently, about a year ago. And, there's this guy, Brian Johnson, who's getting all this news about all the longevity stuff. And he's getting all these, he has all these devices. And he takes 100 supplements, and he spends an average of $2 million a year. So he spent in the last 3 or 4 years, $5 or $6 million. And he's knocked, I think, 1.5 years off his chronological age, 1.5. He spent $6 million. So with this biomarker test that I did, I had the equivalent of 2 pouches of algae, and they tested me. And as I mentioned, I'm 68. I was 67 at the time. My biological age is 30.
Wow.
I spent the equivalent of $12, waited 2 hours, and knocked 30 years off my life. So Brian Johnson, let's have a smackdown. I want people to truly understand. People think algae tablets are supplements. They're not. We call them bits because they're bits of food. Algae is everywhere. It's in the oceans and the lakes and the rivers and streams. But we grow ours as an agricultural crop in triple filtered spring mountain water. And we air dry it without heat, and then we press them into these little tablets that we call bits. It's food. It is not a supplement. And in fact, most people wouldn't know this, it is a multi-billion-dollar agricultural crop in Asia. Billion. It's been grown in Asia for over 60 years. They take it every day. The Japanese have spirulina and chlorella every day. And guess what? They have the best longevity, great skin, low cancer rates, low obesity rates. It's not just the algae, but it contributes to it. So people don't know about algae, and we're going to talk about some of the benefits because it's not grown here. 99% of algae, spirulina and chlorella, are grown in fresh water, like I mentioned. It's an agricultural crop, but it's grown in Asia, and 99% of it is consumed in Asia.